Why do some men seem to avoid commitment and family life at all costs? If you've ever felt confused or hurt by a partner's reluctance to become a husband or father, you might be dealing with a narcissist. In this video, we'll uncover the surprising reasons behind this behavior. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the complex world of narcissism and its impact on relationships. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic: why narcissistic men often resist the roles of husband and father. Understanding these hidden motives can help you make sense of their actions and protect your emotional well-being. Stay tuned to learn more about the narcissistic traits that drive this avoidance and how it affects their loved ones. Number 1. Fear of losing control. Narcissistic individuals often exhibit a profound fear of losing control, which is a fundamental reason why they resist roles such as husband or father. This fear is deeply rooted in their need for dominance and control over their environment and relationships. According to the DSM-5, narcissistic personality disorder is characterized by a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. These traits compel narcissists to maintain a tight grip on their surroundings to preserve their fragile self-esteem. Research indicates that narcissists frequently use manipulation tactics such as gaslighting, lying, and blame shifting to dominate others and sustain their sense of control. In the context of marriage and parenthood, the need to share responsibilities and make joint decisions directly threatens this control. Studies have shown that narcissistic individuals struggle with compromise and collaboration, essential elements in family dynamics, making these roles particularly challenging for them. Furthermore, the shift in attention that comes with being a husband or father can be perceived as a threat, as narcissists thrive on being the center of attention. This shift can lead to feelings of insecurity and a perceived loss of control. Empirical evidence supports this, with findings published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology revealing that individuals with high levels of narcissism report lower commitment in romantic relationships due to their desire for control and fear of vulnerability. Clinical observations further corroborate that narcissists avoid roles requiring emotional investment and shared responsibility. Thus, the fear of losing control is a significant factor that drives narcissistic men to avoid the commitments and responsibilities associated with being a husband or father, preferring instead to maintain their perceived power and autonomy. Number 2. Lack of empathy. A defining characteristic of narcissistic individuals is their pronounced lack of empathy, which profoundly affects their ability to fulfill the roles of husband and father. Empathy is the capacity to understand and share the feelings of others, a critical component in building and maintaining healthy, supportive relationships. However, narcissists are often unable to genuinely connect with others on an emotional level. The DSM-5 outlines that narcissistic personality disorder involves a lack of empathy, along with a sense of entitlement and an excessive need for admiration. This absence of empathy means that narcissistic men struggle to recognize and respond to the emotional needs of their partners and children. Research has consistently shown that narcissists are less likely to exhibit empathetic concern or engage in prosocial behavior. For instance, a study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences found that individuals with high levels of narcissism scored significantly lower on measures of empathy. This deficit makes it difficult for narcissistic men to provide the emotional support and nurturing required in family roles. They often view relationships as transactional, focusing on what they can gain rather than the well-being of their loved ones. This self-centered approach can lead to neglectful or even abusive behavior, as they prioritize their own needs and desires over those of their family. The lack of empathy thus becomes a critical barrier, preventing narcissistic men from forming the deep, reciprocal bonds necessary for successful marriages and effective parenting. This emotional disconnect often results in strained relationships and significant distress for their partners and children, further underscoring the challenges posed by their empathetic deficits. Number 3. Self-centered nature. The self-centered nature of narcissistic individuals significantly impedes their ability to function effectively as husbands and fathers. Narcissists are fundamentally focused on their own needs, desires, and achievements, often at the expense of those around them. This egocentricity is a core feature of narcissistic personality disorder, as described in the DSM-5, which notes that individuals with this disorder exhibit a grandiose sense of self-importance and a preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, or beauty. Their self-centeredness means they are primarily concerned with how situations and relationships affect them, rather than considering the impact on others. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology highlights that narcissistic individuals are more likely to engage in behaviors that prioritize their own interests, often neglecting or exploiting those closest to them. This trait can lead to significant difficulties in family dynamics, where empathy, cooperation, and mutual support are crucial. For instance, a narcissistic man may place his career or personal achievements above the needs of his spouse and children, leading to feelings of neglect and resentment within the family. Additionally, their need for constant admiration and validation can result in them manipulating or controlling their family members to maintain their self-esteem. This self-centered approach often manifests in a lack of genuine interest in the well-being and development of their children, viewing them instead as extensions of their own ego. The resulting emotional and relational void can have lasting negative effects on the family unit, making it challenging for narcissistic men to successfully fulfill the roles of husband and father. Number 4. Fear of responsibility. Narcissistic individuals often exhibit a profound fear of responsibility, which is a significant barrier to their ability to function effectively as husbands and fathers. This fear stems from their need to avoid accountability and the perceived burdens that come with shared obligations. According to the DSM-5, narcissistic personality disorder includes traits such as a sense of entitlement, a need for excessive admiration, and exploitative behavior, all of which contribute to their aversion to responsibility. Narcissists prefer to focus on their own needs and desires, often shirking duties that require self-sacrifice or compromise. This avoidance is rooted in their desire to maintain control and avoid any situation that might expose their vulnerabilities or require genuine effort and dedication. Empirical research supports this characterization. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that individuals with high levels of narcissism are less likely to engage in altruistic behavior and more likely to evade tasks that do not directly benefit them. This self-serving approach can manifest starkly in family settings, where a narcissistic man might neglect household chores, child-rearing responsibilities, or providing emotional support, placing an undue burden on his partner. This irresponsibility often leads to significant stress and conflict within the family, as the narcissist fails to meet the expectations and needs of his loved ones. Further compounding this issue is the narcissist's propensity to deflect blame and avoid acknowledging their shortcomings. Clinical observations indicate that narcissists frequently project their faults onto others, refusing to take responsibility for mistakes or failures. This behavior creates a toxic environment where accountability is consistently dodged and the emotional and practical burdens are unfairly shifted to other family members. The fear of responsibility thus undermines the potential for a supportive and collaborative family dynamic, as the narcissistic individual remains focused on preserving their own comfort and control.